Hello friends, welcome back to Theme Park Guy Productions, and today I'll be counting down to you guys my top 8 roller coasters at SeaWorld Orlando. SeaWorld Orlando is a theme park located in the theme park capital of the world in Orlando, Florida. And this park is situated between Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort. SeaWorld Orlando started off as an aquarium back in the 70s, but over the years this park has evolved into a world-class theme park, competing with the rivals nearby, and it is home to 8 different roller coasters. In this video, I'll be ranking the coasters from worst to first. Number 8, Super Grover's Boxcar Derby. This is the park's Zero Kids roller coaster, so there isn't much to talk about here. However, this is one of the better kiddie coasters I've experienced so far. It has a nice drop which gives you some great whip in the back, but it doesn't compare to the other coasters in the park since it is tamer and is meant for kids, so that's why it's ranking last. Number 7, Journey to Atlantis. This is a Mock Rides water coaster, and it is the park's oldest coaster too, debuting back in 1998. Often debated on whether this is actually a roller coaster or not, this attraction is a hybrid combining a dark ride, water ride, and a roller coaster. Visually wise, this attraction looks stunning, something that you'd see at a Disney park. However, this attraction does sort of feel like a shadow of its former self. Back in the day, this ride used to deliver a story and it had some great effects. However, nowadays, it's more of just like a leisurely ride through the lost city of Atlantis. It just feels like this ride has lost its charm. The main drop is still fun, the coaster drop is always a huge surprise, and this ride is a great way to cool off on a hot sunny day. However, I wish this ride still had its storyline. While the story was sort of cheesy, they did play the Beetlejuice song for no reason, which made no sense whatsoever. It's what that gave the ride character. Fun water coaster, but a ride that is very well past its prime years. Number 6, Penguin Trek. This is the newest coaster in the park, and it is a B&M family launch coaster, and this alone easily has the best theming in the park. The queue line is well detailed, and the station is nice. The coaster starts off at the nice little dark ride section, getting you ready for the big launch, and then you launch out of that building, and this coaster is filled with fun twists and turns outside. The attraction ends with a visit to Antarctica to see the penguins, and it is a nice way to end this experience. Now, I was a little underwhelmed with the ride's smoothness, especially considering that this is a newer B&M, which normally B&Ms are glossy smooth, so I don't know what the issue was, but that was probably my biggest takeaway. This coaster is perfect for the families, but this ride definitely has its flaws, and there are just better coasters out there in the park. Now, if you do go and ride Penguin Trek, try to hit this one early because this one does get the longest line in the park. Since 1, it is a newer attraction, and 2, it's a great one for the whole family to enjoy. But if you're able to ride it, it is well worth the experience. Number 5, Icebreaker. This is a Premier Rides launch coaster, and the main word I can use to describe this coaster is that it is surprising and unique. The ride starts off with a fun back and forth quadruple launch, with each launch getting faster and faster and you traveling to that 100-degree spike, making it the steepest coaster in Florida technically. Afterwards, you drop down into some fast-paced twists and turns, and this coaster is honestly aggressive. This ride might honestly have the strongest airtime in Orlando, and it's not even close. Plus, I'm glad that they took out the comfort collars last year, which allows you to enjoy the airtime that much more. Overall, this is currently my favorite Premier Rides roller coaster so far, and is definitely the sleeper hit at SeaWorld Orlando. Number 4, Kraken. This is a B&M floorless coaster, and it is absolutely one of the best floorless coasters out there. This coaster offers such a fantastic layout filled with forceful inversions, a long ride duration, and during the second half, this coaster dives through trenches and through a tunnel into Kraken's lair. This coaster is exactly what you'd want from a B&M looper. Now, this coaster definitely has started to age over the years as the trains do rattle throughout the course. However, Kraken still offers such a ferocious ride experience and is honestly the most intense coaster in the park. Plus, it has one of the shortest waits in the park, so you can pretty much ride this coaster as many times as you want. It is overall one of the best floorless coasters out there and a classic for SeaWorld Orlando. Number 3, Manta. This is the park's B&M flying coaster, and Manta delivers the best of both worlds, from a great coaster to an even better overall experience. For starters, this ride has the best queue line of any coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. While you're waiting to experience the attraction, you get to go face to face with these stingrays, and it is such a great way to kick things off. Then you get into the coaster, and there is no other flying coaster that I have experienced that does the same things that Manta does. Throughout the course, Manta flies over pathways, interacts with water during the second half, and it really gives you that sensation of flying like a manta ray. Plus, that pretzel loop remains one of the most intense inversions I've experienced so far. Overall, I absolutely love Manta. It is currently my favorite flying coaster so far, and one not to be missed. Number 2, Pipeline, the surf coaster. This coaster opened at the park last summer, and it is a one-of-a-kind B&M surf coaster, and all I have to say is that this is easily one of the coolest roller coasters that I have ever experienced. What B&M did here was incredible. They took the old school stand-up model that nobody liked and turned it into something special. Pipeline erases all the flaws that you'd find in a typical stand-up coaster. Now, going into the coaster itself, it has an amazing first launch that is great and punchy. The coaster pulls some amazing G-forces throughout the course, but the best part of it all is the airtime. It isn't strong airtime or anything like that, but it's such a unique sensation of airtime that you cannot get anywhere else. As you go through any airtime moment, the seats lift up, giving you that feeling of jumping off the surfboard. It is such a special sensation of airtime, and I love it. If you go to SeaWorld Orlando, you have to ride Pipeline. Number 1, Mako. This is the park's B&M hypercoaster, and ever since this coaster debuted in 2016, it has remained one of my all-time favorite roller coasters. Mako not only delivers some of the greatest floater airtime in the world, but you travel over water for half the ride. I like the soundtrack played during the lift hill, and this ride is just consistent and relentless. Plus, I have to give a shout out to that speed hill before the mid-course brake run. Just such a great airtime moment. It also is one of the most re-rideable roller coasters anywhere. There are times where I will literally just stay in my seat since there's not much of a line or no line at all, and just marathon this coaster. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, I've taken account into all the coasters I've done, and this is definitely my most ridden roller coaster since 2020, and it is definitely my favorite B&M Hyper. And I'm one that's been on almost every B&M Hyper in the United States of America. I'm just only missing Raging Bull and Six Flags Great America. That's the only one that I'm missing. But overall, it's not a visit to SeaWorld Orlando without a ride on Mako, and it's the best B&M Hyper that I've done, one of the best coasters I've done so far. What more could you ask for? It's just such an incredible ride, and is definitely the best coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. To summarize this video up, when people think of Orlando, they mainly think of the magic of Walt Disney World or the amazing experiences at Universal Orlando, but not often does one think of the great coaster collection of SeaWorld Orlando. This is a fun park with an exciting collection of roller coasters, and the great thing is that it's going to continue growing from here. But as of 2024, this is how I'd rank the coasters of SeaWorld Orlando. And without further ado, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe as well for more videos in the future. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to turn on those post notifications and comment below what are your favorite coasters at SeaWorld Orlando. I'd like to see your list in the comments below. And don't forget to check out Theme Park Guide Productions on all social media platforms. Linktree will be in the description below. Go check it out, because why wouldn't you guys? I'll see you guys next time, and as always, you are clear for dispatch.